Hello fans, Chad Jackson here in the Coach's Corner with head volleyball coach Will Condon. The Armstrong volleyball team is headed to the NCAA Regional as the second seed, and the regional begins on Thursday in Wingate, North Carolina. And Coach Condon, your Pirates won the Peach Bowl Conference regular season and tournament titles for a second straight year. What do you think are the main differences between last year's squad, which won them both, and then this year's?
I think last year's team was definitely an overpowering offensive team. I mean, that was pretty much our strength from top to bottom. We had firepower in every position and much more offensive. This year, our team is a much more even team. I think we serve a lot better, very consistent, and we're able to hit zones a lot more accurately and really pick people apart with our serve. And while our offense is still good, it's not as we don't rely on it as much as some of the other facets of our game that we can rely on. I think the defense overall is better this year, just because people are a little older and a little more into the system than they were a year before. So those are probably the main differences. And this year's team, it also has a little bit of, they have a lot of experience with Jess playing 4 years and Stephanie playing a lot last year and this year. Megan, starting her freshman year, playing a lot last year and starting all the matches this year. So we have a lot of experience on the team, and I think that helps us be a little more even keel throughout the course of a match if things aren't going our way, or they're just much more calm and confident.
Take us back to the Peach Bowl Conference tournament in Florence. You won 3 matches, all by 3-0 scores, but none of them were really that easy. There were, especially the final against USC Aiken, who was a 6th seed, and they came out to play and really tested you in the final.
Yeah, I thought especially the first 2 games, they just have a way of keeping you off balance, and we weren't playing as sharp as we had in the semifinal against Montebello, and it was just little things that we weren't able to get on a roll on, and then in game 3, I think we figured some things out, and we got on a roll, and I thought we were dominant, especially at the end of that 3rd game. When Stephanie got hurt and had to come out, and everyone else on the team just their focus just went extremely sharp, and from then on, we scored, I think, 12 out of the last 16 points, something ridiculous like that. So that was impressive. Just to know that we can do that when we need to, it helps going into the NCAA tournament.
Heading into the regional, also we're talking about some awards for some of your players. Jessica Santinello, one of only 2 Armstrong players to be all-conference all 4 years, and she was named Player of the Year. You had Megan Pando, who was the Setter of the Year. Obviously these players have had outstanding seasons, but what does that really mean to those players specifically and you as a program?
I think, in Jess's case, she is such a valuable player to our team, and people get wrapped up in offensive numbers, and yes, especially when we need her, Jess is always there for us offensively, but she does so much for us. Her serving has improved so much this year, defensively, serve receive. We've played most of our matches this year with 3 people in serve receive, the same 3 people all the entire time, and that's hard to do. And for her, she's improved every year. She's worked hard every year. I think it just shows that the conference feels the same way about her than we do. Is that she is a very valuable player, and that it recognizes the hard work that she's put in to get to this level. In Megan's case, I think that since the end of last year, she's really accepted the challenge to be that starting setter for us, and she's worked really hard in the weight room and in practice, and from the beginning of preseason till now, she's invested herself into running this team and leading this team, improving some of the things that she wasn't necessarily the greatest at early on in her career. She has tried to turn those into some of her strengths, and she's done a great job of keeping our 5 hitters happy because finding the one that's hot that match and feeding them the ball consistently, and keeping our middles involved, and spreading it around so everyone has their opportunity to shine when they're ready to shine. And I think that what that has shown is that really she's the one that shined the whole year.
Now heading to Wingate for the regional, you're the 2nd seed. You play 7th-seeded Newberry in the first round, a rematch of a match you played earlier this year up in Newberry. Talk a little bit about the challenges of playing that opponent for a second time, where there's been some time that's passed between the 2 meetings.
I think there's some familiarity that that can be an advantage and a disadvantage. For us, I think that was not a good match from us in the beginning. We tried some things early on that didn't go over that well, and I think that they're a quality team. They have probably one of the best players in the region, Samantha Parrish. She's experienced and talented player, and then they are similar in that they mix up their offense. She's a really good player for them, but she's not their entire team. One of their middles, King, has done a good job for them. One of their freshman middles has really come on from basically when we started playing them until now. And then both their right sides, can put the ball away consistently. For us, I think in that match, it's going to come down to what it came down to in the end of the match at their place, is when we finally served the way we were asking them to the entire match. That's when we started scoring the easy points and really frustrating them and breaking their offense down. When we don't do that, they have the ability to score points on us in bunches.
Armstrong opens up action in the NCAA Regional on Thursday, taking on Newberry at 2:30 p.m. Wingate will be providing a live video and live stats of all the matches from the NCAA Regional, so log on to armstrongpirates.com, click on the tournament banner link, and you can follow the Pirates as they drive to an NCAA Southeast Region championship.